pleasure this morning to be with an eminent educationist, Mr. Prabhakar Shetty. Why? Because over the years, he has established a string of institutions across, dotting this part of the landscape. Well, Mr. Prabhakar, the thing about in this particular area is there are 50 best cities in the world, and of that, Mangalore is number 48. There are no other cities in India belonging to that caliber.
Okay.
Now, what makes Mangalore so unique is the multiple educational institutions that dot Mangalore's landscape. And standing tall amongst them is the wonderful, serene, landscaped place that we are here in now, St. Agnes College. Established by the AC sisters many years back, nearly 100 years back, and has been a beacon for girls all across the country and abroad who used to gravitate to the fantastic academic atmosphere that pervades this institution. It is indeed our privilege and blessing that they have established an institution of this caliber and repute. And what is really great, at the end of 100 years, now they are establishing a campus exclusively for MBA as well as MCA, and that will be a lifesaver for the hundreds of now boys being admitted into the institution, for the hundreds of boys and girls who will pass out of these campuses and spread their knowledge and expertise the world over. The world is gasping for fantastic talent, and who provides it? The St. Agnes College. So in that, we are privileged to be here this morning in this fabulous recording place, serene surroundings, wonderful academic institution, and the ambience. Of course, it is a pleasure and a privilege to be here this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. And it's wonderful, really wonderful, as we were walking inside the gate, to be, on both sides so clean and immaculate, and that is something, the AC sisters, deserve to be. And I am proud in a way to say that my wife was a student, right from her KG till her degree, and then of course she did her post-graduation in the university, and then back to St. Agnes College as a lecturer. So she has a very, very, very long association with the institution, and the number of stories that I have heard, and the number of students coming from interior Mangalore, where there was no access perhaps in those days. Stories about them coming here and staying put up with those days. Even PG was not there, I'm told, from one of the sisters I heard when I met a couple of years ago. And how that entire education system, the values have changed their outlook, and they are in places all over the world. So there is something actually, something, some magic, some Guru Mantra that these sisters are having, which they are passing on from all these 100 years to these students, to be successful in their life. Even after coming from vernacular medium, the changes that take place, the transformation that takes place here, as far as their language is concerned, and as far as their communication, about which we are speaking today, Doctor. Today, as per the new education policy, so much of emphasis is laid on communication and public speaking and expressing yourself. But from the sisters I have heard, and from my wife's experience, I know the English language is so beautifully dealt with, and the confidence to speak. That's what's landed her today in a position that she is today. She's an HOD at the Aloysius College, and she puts in all the, all her what I mean to say is
the various
credit. The credit. I'm sorry. The whole credit to her. All those faculty, the sisters, she has been naming them. Each one was so fantastic, and their own subjects, And one very important thing is, what I felt is, in spite of being only a girls' convent, to give them that particular background, to bring them up in that particular tradition, and to bring them up, it was not easy, but they have done a wonderful job all these years.
Is the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Exactly.
100 men may make a camp, it takes a woman to make a home. Behind every successful person is a woman. You know who that is? It's a mother. So therefore, to evolve these girls who come from various backgrounds into people of talent, caliber, confidence, capacity and the ability to drive forward is what the AC sisters have done a fabulous job. It is no wonder that no other city in India could boast of an institution of this caliber and repute. And ultimately, a lady, a girl, when she becomes a wife and a mother, is the central pillar of her home. And in that regard, to imbibe into them the various abilities to how to conduct the home, how to bring up children, look after the family, interact with the society, interact with the in-laws, and a variety of things are things that are ingrained in their passage through the many years. And all that, it is indeed the tribute and the gratitude should go to the AC sisters who have done that job. And I hope, coming from the medical field, that perhaps in shortly we will be able to institute a medical care and training program for the girls to look after the family as an emergency. They are the ones, the first responders, and how to handle a crisis in the family, how to handle various medical emergencies. I hope we will also be able to add on to the wonderful things that are already going on here.
Yeah. Now, as Doctor put it just now, like very soon, I think we've already finished the initial stages and stage 2 and stage 3. We're very soon coming up. It is his brainchild, mini medical school. I mean, I don't think any one of us, have looked from that particular angle. A woman, I mean, even though being highly qualified today, due to various circumstances or their own family environment, maybe she's not able to work. She's they say housewife, but I wouldn't call it as a housewife. No, I think they're homemakers, which is a tough job. And at the same time, if they are also with the knowledge of a mini medical college, in the mini medical school that is very soon going to be launched in Mangalore, so they would know how to handle even the medical emergencies and the golden hour, as they say, as far as the CPR is concerned. So there is nothing to be frightened of. They would be able to handle if they are alone, maybe when their old parents are there, or the old in-laws are there, or neighbors, or anybody for that matter. So that is going to be an excellent, that's an excellent move, and hoping that we are going to have a association with, say, Agnes also, because there are wonderful students coming from all over the country and even abroad actually here. So that would be a fantastic syllabi in their particular study.
And I must confess that the institution that backs me, of which I am proud to be associated with, and I am a professor in the AJ Institute of Medical Science, we have a world-class, I tell you, a world-class skill lab where the students in training will be given hands-on experience in handling all sorts of emergencies.
Yeah.
And that is something that one can't even imagine that is possible. When you come out to the skill lab, of which I am sort of be a coordinator with, is the hands-on experience to handle all a respiratory arrest, a cardiac arrest, a bleeding, and what to do when a foreign body, and that will be a great privilege, and it will be a fabulous add-on to an institution which is already having a high demand, expectation and allure and recognition in the society.
Exactly.
St. Agnes is a beacon of hope for the hopeless, and a beacon of hope for those who aspire, and a beacon of hope for parents who really now know that they can faithfully keep their ward or a daughter in the caring, trustworthy hands of the AC sisters. Iron ore may think itself senselessly tortured, but when the finest blade of tempered steel looks back, it knows better. So when the iron ore or the rough student comes in and goes through a turmoil, trouble, difficulty, problems, when they are being refined, and eventually when we look at the finest blade of tempered steel, the diamonds that come out of the institution, who does that credit go to? The AC sisters. And what makes them so wonderful is their clarity of thought, straightforward focus, humility of mind, and the genuine caring that they give to the student. That is something most students can't get from many other institutions. But this caring nature of the sisters here imbibes these wonderful qualities and makes them go out into the world to a larger frame of success. Thank you.
To come to the conclusion, I have heard very many students from the Agnes College passing out and then later on becoming wonderful wives and wonderful leaders in their own field. One thing that my wife used to always tell was it was so easy for her to confide or even confess in whatever problems that they are going through with the sisters. So that is one point where I think, this whole credit to make the atmosphere so beautiful, that the AC sisters, the full credit to the AC sisters, and from Dr. Devan and from me, wishing all the students the very best in life, to be future leaders, to be wonderful housewives, to be entrepreneurs, to be anything in life. Right, this is the place. Thank you.